Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you Tuesday, March the 8th. The year's 2022. Let's talk trading. Trading Better, Part 4. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. Okay, we've gone over a few things between study and price last month, and we're talking about trading better today. Now, once again, we've talked about the three-legged stools. And I know some people out there come to this channel and other channels, and they're looking for a method that's going to make them a winner. Is going to, in some cases, they're looking to buy a Lamborghini or a yacht or something. But the thing is, there's two other pieces of trading. Your risk management and what I call brain management. Some people call trading psychology. Because the thing of it is, we can take a look at the chart. In fact, let me pull up a chart right now. Blank chart. Here's the pound dollar on the M30 chart period. We'll scrunch it down just a little bit. Well, what's the first thing you notice? Or what's the first thing you look at? What's the first thing you look for? That's a question you have to answer. I'm not going to give you my answer, but pretty much have to see what the market's doing before you start trading. And right now, somebody could be putting on a trade. Obviously, they are. Price is moving, right? They could have, 100 indicators. They could have fundamental analysis. They could flip a coin. There could be any number of reasons, or as many reasons as there are traders, why somebody is entering at this price, whether they're entering long or short. Any number of reasons. Moving average crossovers, RSI or MACD divergence, stochastics, you name it. There could be, like I said, as many reasons as there are traders. Somebody could be using the buy zone, the rat zone, the Einstein line, the indicator 2. Many, 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 many reasons. Wick zone, you name it. It could be enter it, daily, weekly, monthly crossover, H1 crossover, H1 buy zone. The point I'm trying to make is, doesn't matter the method why you enter the trade, because all the method's going to do is it's just going to tell you, okay, if this and this and this, enter the trade, either long or short. It tells you which direction to enter the trade. So once you enter the trade, now what happens? This is where your risk management and your brain management come into play. So you have a method that basically tells you when to enter the trade. Now, there's some brain management on that side of the equation too, because if for some reason you second guess and you get in too late, too slow, or you doubt and you're not sure, maybe you miss your entry by half a pip, and that half a pip might be the difference between taking a 1 pip profit and hitting your stop loss, because you didn't give yourself enough room in that trade. The market didn't give you enough room in that trade for you to exit with the profit. So you do that a couple of times, you get mad, and what happens? Rather than look in the mirror to figure out what you need to do next, you go looking on trading forums for another indicator or another method. You see, and that's how most traders react. And you can see it. You can see it on a forum. It's real simple. Go to some popular trading forum and look at somebody who just joined and watch how they go across who knows how many different threads looking for a method. Look at the threads that are the most popular. Hey, I used to have the most popular thread on TradeStation. When I started it, I never thought I was going to have the most popular thread. But, and people would come there. I'm not even sure. They either came there for the free indicators that I posted, the methods, or combination. And some came there to give me a hard time. And they won out in the end because at the time I felt I was a sucker for a fight. Growing up on the East Coast, you just don't back down. But anyway, I digress. So we're sitting here, we're looking at this chart, and we're trying to determine maybe which way to enter, when to enter. Because if you think about it, when and which way are the two biggest questions you have to answer. Do I enter now? Do I enter now? Do I enter now? Which way? Which way? Which way? That's it. So the question is, which way? Or do you wait for other conditions? Like maybe you're going to trade the M30 wick zone. So if price were to break the high of this candle, maybe you go long. Or maybe you'll say, okay, I'll do the Walmart line here at 3110. And the Walmart line at 3100. I mean, we opened at 3106, so pretty much in the middle of that zone. And so you wait. You've decided what you're going to do at that point. In fact, you could even put your pending orders on right now and see what happens. Or maybe you say, you know what? I don't like where price is. I either want price to come way down here, get below here, this somewhere below these levels in these wicks, and see if it'll come back up. Or maybe I want price to get up here into these wicks and see if it'll come back down. Maybe you're the type of trader that just looks at a pretty much blank chart and you go, okay, got a higher high, lower high, lower high, higher low, lower low, lower low, higher low, higher high. So it's like, somebody might say, oh, I can draw a box, a rectangle around this area, and price is just going in between. So I'll buy here, short here, buy here, short here, buy here, short here. And then sooner or later, you get stopped out because instead of it, when you shorted here, instead of it coming down, it went up. Or instead of it going up, when you went long, it went down. Because that's trading. I mean, that's all it is. Do I buy now? Which direction? Or do I enter now? Which direction? And then how much do I risk? Where do I put my stop loss? And if the market's nice enough to give me a chance to take profit, do I move my stop up? Do I take some of my pips off the table, or do I just exit the trade and wait for the next opportunity? So we're sitting here and price has only ranged about 5 pips so far. And we know price needs to move. Okay, it just hit the 3110 level and just pulled back. Still's only ranged 5 pips. So based on this chart, some people would think to buy, some people would think to sell. That's what makes the market. And some people might see an obvious trade. And so some people might say, well, right here, they're accumulating. Right here, they were marking the price down, marking the price down, marking the price down. So you can call, what you see on the chart, anything you want to call it. Market structure. You can have different zones, rejection zones, demand zones, supply zones, support zones, resistance zones. Those are just all concepts that we use to organize what we see into something that we can talk about with each other. But the fact of the matter is, there's only one thing that makes any difference, and that's the price, because we are trading price. We are buying or selling at one price, hoping to exit with the profit. But the main theme for today is, that reflection in the mirror. That's what you probably really need to work on more than any method, because you can have a method that one person's very successful at. You can be doing the same method and you might struggle. And you might say, well, that method's no good, or the person who taught me that method's no good. I've heard those comments about me, that some people say I'm a lousy teacher, that I'm just no good. But I go, okay, but there's, people all over the world using my methods. They seem to be okay. So maybe I'm not as bad as a teacher that person thought I was. Maybe they need to look in the mirror and try and figure something out. Because it gets back to brain management, and you can say, oh, that person didn't do a good job of teaching me. Or you can say, what do I need to do to extract the knowledge and expertise out of this person so I can take advantage of it? So remember I said something about entering at 10 of the wall mall method? Well, it just hit 12.2. Maybe you could have gotten out with a couple of pips. Maybe you couldn't have. But do you blame the method if you didn't take your 2 pips right now? Do you blame the teacher? Or is that on you? I mean, we can switch to M1 real quick. Actually, let's just switch to the wall mall chart and switch to M1. And so you can see from this hour, maybe you took it that time, maybe you took it that time. Your stop loss wasn't threatened. You had a chance to take 2 pips. Did you take it? Would you have taken it? Be honest with the answer, because that makes the difference. So, fellow traders, I hope that little talk helped. I know some people are looking for methods, but I've already done a lot of videos on methods, because it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is TheRumpledOne, over and out.